When I was 13, 14 and I first stumbled across the realms of self-improvement, the first videos I ever saw were of E-Man. E-Man, who was selling his courses and trying to teach us all of the fantastic things we needed to know. How to become some financial millionaire kid at 17, 18. And therefore I became obsessed with finance. To the point where this is really weird, but I'd look at the pound to dollar exchange, because I'm British obviously. And I'd see it change and I'd be like, wow, that's what money is. With a little smile on my face, a bit cringe. But that's who I used to be, that's what I used to do. Because I didn't know the realms of this. Obviously when I delved deeper, I realised there's so many more realms. I didn't worry so much about the gym or boxing, and mentally, I just thought, I'm pretty mentally strong. So finance was the main issue I had when I first joined this realm. I'd look at people doing their dropshipping and think, that's the way, dropshipping. Dropshipping's the only way, bro. Even though I'd listen to these other people saying, don't do dropshipping, do Amazon FBA, do SMMA, do high ticket closing client sales. All of these other business models. And at first, it was very simple. Because you saw one video. You saw one video about the best business model, which is personal brand, by the way. You saw one video, and then you saw two. Two different videos, two different topics, two different genres and niches where you can make money. 3, 4, and then you begin to think of hundreds. You begin to think of literally hundreds. You can make money from AI, you can make money from real estate, you can make money from washing toilet bowls. You could be a janitor. And that's when your mind starts to get overcomplicated. It has this too much information, almost. Because it's not basic things, right? You want to know the ins and outs. These business models that they give you online, you have to do it all yourself, most of the time. Unless you're willing to put away money for someone else to do it. And therefore it can create confusion. I know because I've been there, brother. When I first watched When I first watched E-Man and his financial videos, I went on a walk to the park. Because I was thinking, what's my business name going to be? I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think at all. And I was stressing about this business name. I was trying to set up some events to try and chat to millionaires. I was trying to do all of these extreme things. Because I started overthinking. I started thinking I needed a business model right now. I need the drop shipping. I need money coming in this instance. And this hungry mindset isn't necessarily negative. That's not the point of this video. But the main issue I had is I was overthinking it. I couldn't think of a company/business name because I was overthinking it. I couldn't think of a logo because I was overthinking it. I could have offered to do edits and come from nowhere to somewhere. And to be honest, by now I probably would be decently financially successful. But in the realms of money, I didn't think of that. Because instead, I was confused with everything being about selling products with dropshipping essentially. I began to overthink. I couldn't think of anything in the end. And although I had a plan and I thought you need to do the cold showers and everything, once everything actually started seeping in and engulfing me with this weird sort of concoction of all of self-improvement, my mind was completely overwhelmed. It was completely fucked, and inevitably I did none of it. So what I want to tell you to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is instead of going out and achieving thousands of bits of information, also from shorts, not just long form videos, but also from shorts, pick one and learn about it. Pick one and learn about it. I strongly advise personal brand. You can do this faceless. You can do this on Instagram. You can do this on TikTok, Twitter. But then you have to be more careful with how you're speaking. You can do this on YouTube as well. But you have to be more careful of how you're speaking. If you're doing a personal brand like me, self-improvement, it matters more what you say. It doesn't rely on you just uploading videos to make everyone happy. You want to have an actual following. But if you're doing anything else, literally, if you're doing like a reaction, it doesn't matter. You can laugh at some clips and just get money from ad revenue. As long as you please YouTube, you get ad revenue. I just don't want you to make the same mistake I did. I don't want you to overthink it. Because it's the worst mistake I ever made. If I didn't overthink it a couple years back, then right now I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be elsewhere. I probably wouldn't even be in this country. I'd go as far as to say. But I started picking up everything from everywhere. And once you start doing that, how can you actually trust anyone? This person's saying one thing, this person's saying a completely polar opposite thing. These people are saying different business models work, and different business models that he said works doesn't work. Just don't overthink it, bro. You're learning. You're in the right place at the right time. You care about yourself, you care about your financial, you care about your physical and your mental. You're here. Of course you care. Don't overload your brain with too much information. Because if you do that, it's going to be very difficult for you to take one step forward with all of that weight up here. Think about that. You want to collect enough weight where you take it to the top, it's going to be effective, but not so much that you can't even walk forward. And the whole point of this video is for me to say, not just don't overconsume, but also take action. Take action instantly. You people who overthink tend not to take action. You could have 1 gram in your hand, right? 1 gram in your head, and you can walk forward. Whereas the person with 100 grams, 100 kilos even, let's be extreme, can continue to walk forward. Because he just takes action with what he knows. Granted, he knows a lot more. But why can't you walk forward also with the marginal amount of information you know? You're never going to know everything. It's not possible. Elon Musk doesn't know everything. Napoleon didn't know everything. Genghis didn't know everything. Einstein didn't know everything. Archimedes didn't know everything. Whoever you're thinking of who's a genius perhaps didn't know everything. It's not going to be your flaw. Because I can tell who you are just from the point that you're watching this video. You're still watching here. You're somebody who desperately cares about your life and actually wants to salvage it and improve in the future and have the greatest life in the future that the people believe you cannot achieve. Because of course they'll hate. You're here to prove them wrong. I can tell just because you've watched to this point in this video. You actually care about your life. And you know, you didn't overthink too much whether you needed to watch this video. So you're probably already on the correct path. If that's the case, please let this be a reminder to stay on the correct path, brother. Don't go off path, don't go off route, don't go jogging down a country lane if you're on the main roads and you know the main roads are quicker. Stay focused, stay dedicated, and I promise you, in 6 months to a year, if you continue doing the correct things and taking action, slowly climbing up the mountain, because it's better than just quickly blitzkrieging at the beginning up the wrong mountain. As long as you know you're in the correct place, keep climbing. And if you don't know anything yet, that's fine, brother. Keep learning. And just keep this video saved. Come back to it in a week when you've learned a lot. And then realise you need to take action. Because if you forget action, all of what you know is about as useful as something like stones on the road. It's about as useful as potholes. It's about as useful as... what's the most useless thing on the planet? You know. If you have all of this knowledge, but you're not willing to use any of it and utilise it towards climbing up the mountain and becoming this great person, you're better off not knowing anything. Imagine that. You knew everything, yet you still failed. Do you reckon if Einstein knew everything about the planet, he would fail? Do you reckon if Stephen Hawking knew everything about the planet, he would have failed? Do you reckon if I knew everything about the planet, I'd be here right now? If I knew everything and just laid in my bed for 24 hours a day, would I be sitting here recording? And I don't know everything, and I'm still here recording over the people who know twice as much as me, but choose not to. May action help drive you towards your goals. May action help drive you up the mountain. Because I hate to see you down there all the time. You deserve to be up here if you know everything and you can actually take action. And let me tell you one more thing before you leave. Stop overthinking it. Brother, stop overthinking it. There are people who are twice as dumb as you, who are 4 times higher up than you are. There are millionaires who are literal dickheads, who are literal numpties who do not deserve it. Just because they took action, whilst you didn't take action. I hope you learned something in this video, brothers, because that's all I aspire to achieve. I actually want to help you I want to be able to say I helped hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of lives become greater after they watched me. I want to become not a famous trillion subscriber person. I want to be relatively small. Maybe like 100,000. I'd rather have 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 loyal fans who I know that I help each and every single day. Through my actions and through my speech. They improve just like I did. They can follow the path that I lay out for them, and they can become as great as they could ever fathom. And I hope you're one of these people, brother, because if you are, I'd like to offer you an olive branch into a place I like to call our allegiance. It's the Discord server below, and it's going to be our personal hub of self-evolution, self-improvement, for now. Hopefully there's never any issues, but if there's ever an issue, let's say my YouTube channel gets completely wiped by YouTube because they just don't like it for whatever reason, the Discord's going to be the place you'll be able to see me and see me regrow. If anything bad ever happens, it's permanent access to me, permanent access to my content, permanent access to me being able to, thank God, blessedly so, help each and every single one of you. So may God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay strong out there. We'll see you tomorrow.